Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast. Sitting in with me today, our guitarist Adrian Kühn and drummer Henning Münch from German punk metal band Kärbholz. The band has been making its brand of full-throttle rock and roll for more than 18 years now and has gained a huge following in their native Germany. With their brand new album, Kapitel 11 Barrikaden, which comes out on March 24th. They hope to continue pleasing their German fan base and build the same following in America and around the world. It's fantastic to have you guys, but I have to apologize to my German-speaking audience, those beautiful people, where I'm butchering your language. I'm so sorry.
Well, actually, you do much better than the last guy we had an interview with. So.
I hope so. I'm trying it. So I feel like there's totally different mouth movement and everything. It's it's a great thing. It's cool to learn that a little bit of the German language for sure.
Well, no worries. We will butcher your language too.
Please do, please do. You guys probably speak better English than I do.
See about that. Cheers.
It's so cool. I in the description there in your introduction, I called you guys a punk metal band. How's that sound to you? Is that accurate?
Very, very accurate. Accurate sounds very good to us.
Okay.
Because normally people say like punk rock or hard rock something, but punk metal sounds great. Really.
Yeah. And the music sounds great. You guys fit right into that, I think. It's really cool. It's a great mix of that traditional classic punk, and then it's got a more cohesive metal thing going on. It doesn't totally go off the rails. So yeah, it's just really, really great melodies to these songs and everything else. You guys got a vast catalog. You've been doing this a long time. I look at that catalog and there's a lot of music there. So, I'm turning people on to your music. This new album is just fantastic. What's the first song I should play for somebody that I'm introducing Kärbholz to?
I think from the new album it would be Barrikaden. It's Barricades. Yeah, and the first song we took it as a first song because it's a mixture of this metal and punk rock music. And you said you called it punk rock metal or something, and it really fits well because these are our influences. We always listen to punk rock and we listen to metal, and I think when you're on the point to write your own songs, you don't have to want to do it, but it's automatically you mix up something you like and you listen to, and and this is one big thing for us, this mixture of these two genres, and after that maybe that Zug, the train, because we do have soft sides in us.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that song in particular. I have it right here. And that's a really melodic type of power ballad. And it reminded me of something like, I'm going to hack this up, apologize in advance. Almina Notterben. All my scars to translate in English, which is just an awesome title. These songs more difficult to write for you? Because they are a little bit different. They are a little softer, a little more on the sensitive side. Is it difficult to write those?
Poem. This is a funny story behind that song, because our singer Torben, there's a woman. I think she's a friend of him, and her mother died, and her mother did write poems. And we never knew her, but that woman came to Torben with a box full of poems of her died mother.
Wow!
And he gave it to me because she said, I can do anything with it, and I don't want to have it because it's hard for me, and maybe you can do something. So Tom gave his box to me, and after a couple of weeks, I remember I have to look inside that box and inside these poems. And I had a wine. It was an evening, and I was going through these poems, and there was one poem which started with the first words of the song. A train which is going through life. Yeah. In English. And I was like, wow, I read so much things about that woman I never knew. And I read about her fears, her what she was regretting in her life. And I was feeling like I'm going to know her really well. And it didn't had a face or something. And this was kind of like it was going in maybe in 2 hours or something. It was just coming out.
Wow.
Because of that story behind.
Yeah, that is a beautiful story. That is a beautiful. Now, you say it's a box of poetry. Will we see more inspiration from that box?
I think so.
Yeah.
In the next piece, I will look inside again, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that is something. That's really special. That is so cool. How does your process work? Without the box. Your typical writing process. Has it changed over the years? Are you guys in a room? I notice you're together, and I don't get that a lot anymore. I have a few squares of people because they're on opposite sides of a country, or it's not often people get together and make music anymore. So what's your writing process like?
So first of all, we live really close together. So Adrian and our bass player Stefan, they just live across the street, and Tom, our singer, and we live on the same street as well, on a different part of the same town. So yeah, we're really close together. So it's just a phone call. Oh yeah, I got something new. Let's go to the rehearsal room and go through it. And our typical writing process is that our creative mastermind, Adrian, right here, he has his acoustic guitar. He sits down. He has some lyrics. He works on a melody, and the approach to a song is, for us, it should work as a campfire version. So if a song works as a campfire version, we work on it together in a rehearsal room. So normally Adrian comes and he has the lyrics, he has a melody, and then we dive right into it, and we sit together in the rehearsal room, and then we play it. We try out different things. So sometimes a song that was maybe a ballad becomes a punk rockish song, or the other way around. And so we basically work together on that. But the intention, the start comes from Adrian.
So to come back to your question before, no, it's not hard to write for us some ballads, because every song you starts as a ballad.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, that you wouldn't expect that when you hear the band. There's an intensity. There's, even with the softer stuff and the more melodic, the ballads, power ballads. There's an intensity to this band. It's a live sound. It feels like you guys are in the same room.
Oh, that's a big point, because we exactly wanted to be like that.
Yeah, and you've achieved that for sure. I can hear it, definitely. There is, I can tell, and I think a lot of people can tell. You can feel it when a band is gelled and they're complete. There's chemistry there. It's all happening. There's an eye contact that you're playing off of each other. It's more than just four parts that you're hearing. It comes into one when you're together in a room, and I think you can feel that with this music for sure.
Thank you very much. Yes, Thank you. It means a lot, because this is very important for us. That people have this kind of feeling when I listen to music. I want to close my eyes, and I want to see the musicians in front of me sweating. This is the music should have this, and when you say you have this feeling when you listen to our music, it means a lot to us.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do. You have definitely achieved that for sure. Was there any intention going into this record? Did you consciously try to accomplish something that you hadn't accomplished with anything previous?
Well, the one of the main intentions going into that record was so a couple of years back we renovated our rehearsal room and built it into a kind of a little studio with the help from one of our backliners, a great guy who has the technical knowledge to do it. And so the record before, we did more of Adrian was in the rehearsal room and he kind of put it together. And so our one of the main intentions was to go back together and play everything live together and record it like that as well. And there were some difficulties for this recording because I had I broke my knee last year, and so I was able to play the drums for half a year or something. So it was a bit harsh, and we rescheduled our normal recording process. Normally we start with the drums and then we do guitar, bass, and vocals. This time it was the other way around. So we came along with all these difficulties that we had to deal with, but we reached our intention. We reached that goal to be more together and to find ourselves again more as a band after these 2 years of a pandemic,
Right.
Because mainly we recorded in our little studio, so I went to Hamburg for the drums because they have like the bigger room there, and Adrian went to Alex, one of our producers, to his home studio for the guitars, like the solo guitars, lead guitars, but the basically the rest was recorded in our little studio. So everyone had the opportunity to stop by every time they had a little piece of time at hand, and so we were much more together and much more into the process, each and every one of us, than on the recordings before. And so we reached our intention there.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Much more wine together.
That's always helpful, right?
It cost us years of life, this recording.
I love it. What now? I hear a few different things in your music. A lot of different influences, but it's not. It's you. There's no. I don't. It doesn't sound like anything else to me. It sounds like Kärbholz. So it really does. It really does. But what do you draw from? What did you grow up with? What were your biggest influences?
I was always listening to punk music, like Die Toten Hosen, Die Ärzte. It's German punk rock music, and then I was pretty. I was into metal music. This was one of my first love in music, metal music. Like I remember Stained. Stained was one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
Stained was kind of this, millennium in this time, and this kind of music, I love it. I love it. I still love it. And now I'm also into metal, but also into that I don't know, surf singer songwriter. I don't know what you call it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like yacht rock, maybe like adult contemporary kind of stuff, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, and
more vocally driven.
Yeah.
A little more vocals. Yeah. How about you, Henning?
Well, so the thing is that what Adrian said was we have a common ground. We have 4 individuals with 4 individual tastes in music, but we do have a common ground where we meet each other. So punk rock, metal music, that's where we can agree on. And that's where we are. Oh yeah, that's fine, that's cool, that's great. But also each and every one of us has something on the side that they listen to, you know, like Adrian with the metal and singer-songwriter stuff, Torben with more like electric driven party music sometimes, which
Yes.
sucks. But we love him anyway. And yeah, so I'm a big metal fan as well, but you know, I'm more into like sometimes harder extreme metal like black and death metal, and sometimes, you know, the good old power metal like the new wave of British heavy metal and stuff like that. And not everybody likes it all the time, you know, but especially with the high-pitched voices, you know, but some songs are cool to listen to when we are together in the tour bus or something like that, you know. So
Yeah.
we have a common ground, and we bring our individual taste to it as well, you know.
Yeah, and it's like I say, I hear a lot of different things, but you know, you put it all together, and it's you guys for sure. It's
I
pretty
think
cool.
when you're writing music, you can listen to complete different music, and but if you want to, you can translate it to your own style, to your own whatever. I think it's the same language, but it's different dialects when you listen
Yeah.
to music. Yeah, but music is a language, and we're talking about different dialects, and you can translate it. So, and this is really fun to try. Oh, this is kind of a nice melody, but it's a hip hop song. But how can you translate it to a punk rock thing or something?
Right, right. And
It's
and
fun. Yeah.
I mean, you know, as an English speaking American, I hear these songs and I don't know what the lyrics are. You know, I have to translate it and, you know, find them and translate them. And, you know, so a lot of it, I don't know what it is. But I hear like a song, it brings me to a song on the new record. Jazum Lieben. Is that correct?
Come again?
Jazum Lieben?
Oh, Ja zum Leben.
Ja zum Leben.
Yeah, very good. Yes.
All right. And that is yes to life.
Right.
In English. That sounds very socially conscious. It sounds very deep. But you know, I hear the music and I don't know what the lyrics are, but I can still feel it. You know, there's a strength and you know, it's speaking to me without words, if you will. So that's pretty, you know, not knowing the language that the song is in, it's a challenge to actually listen to the music and feel what the message is. So go over tell me a little bit about that song though. You know, in the lyrics, is there a deep meaning behind that song? What were you trying to say with that song?
I think it's a we try to every one of us has his own fears, has his own things you're not really unsicher, unsure about, or you feel weak in some different situations, or and yes to life. It's that kind of okay, you have to face your own fears and whatever,
Right.
and turn it into something positive and think positive. And there are kind of things you can't control them. This pandemic things, if your girlfriend quits or if someone dies or whatever. Yeah, there are so many things you don't have a control about that, but you
Right.
do have control about how to look into the future and how to handle things.
Yeah.
And if you're positive and if you think, okay, everything will be fine, I find a way for me to really feel that. It's maybe the only way to become happy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I say, I mean that song spoke to me without words. Is really it's a powerful song for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoy that, and a great guitar solo, by the way, in that in that song. It was amazing. It's really great. You got a new video. Garnitz. You guys gotta love that. If you want to see Adrian and Henning beating the hell out of each other, it's a great video. It's pretty cool. And I talked to a lot of bands. It's a long, tedious, hard work, long day in front of cameras, filming videos. Not everybody is a fan of that. You guys seem to really embrace it. Your videos, I mean, millions of views on the videos. This one is no exception. 5 days, you already got over 50,000 plays on it. People love to see you guys play. It's a fun one to watch. How is it for you? Do you like filming these videos?
Yeah, for sure. So the thing is, when we were filming that special certain video that you're talking about, we had in upfront we had a lot of story that we want to put in that video, and we were like, okay, we're gonna need 3 days at least, and we were done in a day, and we were like, what just happened? Because with another video before, we were shooting with another director, and he was a perfectionist, and he was okay. So we got this and now that frame, and now we need another lighting, and then we do this 10 times. Okay, well, the ninth time was not that good. We do it 11 more times, and he was like, and we were working and working. It was a whole weekend from 9 to 11 in the night. 9 in the morning, 11 in the night, and it was like, it was hard. It still was kind of fun, but we got to our borders. We got to our limitations. So with the other one, with the recent one, it was a lot of fun because it was a cool area, a cool location where we filmed. We had a couple of people there, and we had a lot of fun doing it because we had so much like crazy ideas, and we put it all together. And the thing is, if you're filming a video and you try to translate the music into pictures, into images, and that is a lot of fun beforehand, and then seeing it come to life is a lot of fun, and like the actual work part can be fun as well. Like it's the fun is what you make out of it, and we take the opportunity to like disguise ourselves and like do crazy things.
That's great.
And you get the right two people from the band in front of you, because somebody from us, if someone were fighting in the past each other, then we too, but only with words.
Yeah,
sometimes we were like this, and wow, and now we had the opportunity to have a real fight. It was like a healing for us, because really, because he did some kind of box or whatever,
Krav
Maga, some fighting sports, and I did boxing for a couple of months or years or something. So we decided, okay, just do sparring. We try to not break the nose each other. Do sparring, and this was so fun because the people thought, okay, now it's getting boring because they are filming every scene, but no, we went into the ring and just had a fight for 20 minutes. And after that we were like healed from
That's great. That's great, and it is a fun watch for sure. I'll have a link in the description. Everybody check that out. It's a great video for sure. Now the band popular in Germany, obviously you guys are huge in Germany. Albums near the top of the charts. You played Wacken to 70 to 80,000 people. How cool is that? Conquering the American audience, always a challenge for everybody. That will probably be like starting over for you a little bit, playing small clubs, possibly if you were to tour here. Is that something you're interested in? Will you stay in Germany with your huge success, or do you want to? How important is it for you guys to come to America possibly and try and spread your music?
Well, we had over the years, we always thought about how cool would it be to come over to the States and make a holiday out of it. Like be on the street for 2 or 3 weeks and play bars, clubs, whatever. Because we still love to make music, and for the first 10 years something of our career, it's exactly what we did. Like we were playing at every little shithole, so to say,
Right.
but we still had a good time. It did not matter if there were 50 people in front of the stage or 500 or 5,000, because we just love what we do. And so coming to America or coming to the United States or maybe Canada or something, that would be great. And we always talk about it. We always think about that. And if we ever have the opportunity to do that, we will do it. And we do not care if it's like big shows, big festivals, or if we just play in a bar, and we get, I don't know, maybe food and drinks for that. That would be awesome. That would be great for us.
Yeah, oh, that is awesome to hear. I gotta
Yeah,
tell you.
and it's a thing. Exactly, this is how we started to do music here, because we started music just because we love it and not to be successful with it. So, like Henning said, that first 10 years we weren't successful with our music. We just at the weekend we started in a small bus and came back on Sunday night and had a great time. We didn't earn some money, we didn't earn some fame or whatever, but we had a great time. So we would have the opportunity now to come to the States and do this on the other side of the world. But it's exactly what we did here.
Yeah.
So would be fun. Would be real fun.
Yes.
Man, it'd be fun for you. It'd be fun for us, for sure. I see.
And we talked about, would it be a good idea to do like a best of album in English with English lyrics? Would you say it would be great, or would you say, oh no, it is a German band and you can feel the music, nobody wants to listen to in English music?
Yeah, I thought about that, and that was my next question to you. Did you ever see the band recording in English? Now I don't know, as an English fan of music, there are bands that sing in other languages, lyrics in other languages, and they do just fine. Rammstein, for one, is huge here. And same thing, we really don't know what the lyrics are, I mean, a few maybe, but there are a lot of them we don't know, but we love it. It's just, you feel it. You can feel it. So I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. But it of course helps when it's in your language. You can, understand what's being said. That, of course, that would help. Build a larger audience, perhaps. But do you see you guys ever recording in English?
So we had the great opportunity to contribute a song to a tribute album for the deceased Lemmy of Motorhead. Our label did that. They gathered some bands together and they asked us as well, and we said yes, for sure, we want to do it. And we had the first rehearsal for the song. It's Killed by Death, and the first rehearsal, Torben tried to sing the English lyrics, and we looked at each other and we were like, okay, we have to work on that. And but the next rehearsal, he came, he learned the lyrics, and he fucking nailed it.
That's awesome.
And so, as Adrian said, we are talking about that. We thought about it. It's just like, some brainstorming going on. And yeah, maybe we do an album, or maybe just 1, 2, I don't know, 5 songs that are typical Kärbholz songs that should do in English to open up for a wider audience,
Right. Yeah. And you don't need a whole album's worth, in my opinion. I mean, I would say, just 1 song or 2 songs to connect with, just a little more for that American audience, or whatever language you might do. Yeah, I mean, it would just be that little bit of a connection that would bring all the rest of it in, I think. Yeah, that would be really good. And singer Torben, no English, right? No, very little.
Very little, yes.
Yeah. So that's and I applaud him. That is, I don't, the English language is crazy. I know, studying it myself is extremely complex and a totally different mouthing and everything. So yeah, that is a feat to do that. So I do applaud him for even attempting it. It's just great. Yeah, I look forward to something like that. Yeah, that would be really cool to hear. Is there any work that you would like to do with any artist out there today? Who would that be?
We had the chance, people were talking about we could do the support for Dropkick Murphys here in Europe, and we talked about that, and that would be. We thought, okay, it would be the right audience because the people wanna have a good time, wanna dance, wanna drink, and this would be also in German. We would play then in France, and they do not understand one German word as Americans would not. But we thought, okay, that would be a perfect package, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
They took another band. So if that with some band like Dropkick Murphys or something,
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, for
This,
sure.
like over the years, when we had the opportunity to play big festivals like Wacken that you mentioned, and we had the opportunity to meet some of our heroes, some of the musicians that we were listening to all the time, and that was great itself, So
Right.
working with one of these guys together, that would be like, be granted knighthood or something, So it would be awesome for sure. But just to meet those guys and talk with them like on an eye level, like colleagues, that's
Yeah.
awesome for itself,
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever open ups to us, we'll take the opportunity, and we're open for anything,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. Now, we mentioned Wacken. We got to mention Heimspiel. Home game in English, your very own festival. Since 2006, right? That's before you had a record. Really great. I mean, that's so innovative and so entrepreneurial. Like, you guys are making your own festival. It's it's a one of the biggest festivals in your county now, right? It's a big, nice, big festival. June 9th and 10th this year. You're getting to do it. You got to do it in 2022. You had a couple years off with COVID. I know that. That it was difficult for all of us. But it's great to have it back. Yeah, tell me a little bit about, the work that goes into that, and what can we expect from the latest one?
So it started basically as a with our local football, for you guys, soccer club.
Right.
Don't call it soccer, it's football. Like the real one. Okay.
Yes.
It started with our local football club. They have in the summer they had a week of fun and games, so to say. And at the end of that week, we played a concert, which was for free at that time. We had our own fan club playing a football game against the football club. It was always great fun, and yeah, we just had a good time. And over the years, it became bigger and bigger, and then we unfortunately had, well, on first hand, unfortunately, we had to relocate it, but it's just around above the hill, so to say. It's another community close to ours, and yeah, we work with the local football club there now. And for us, it was lucky to that we had to relocate it, because it is a really, really good partnership and really good workmanship that we have with those guys together. And we evolved the festival with them over the years. And Yeah, so first it was just one day, and then we made 2 days out of it, and we made it a bit bigger, and we added the camping possibilities, and we had there's a pool, a swimming pool nearby, and so we can use that, and it became like a little family kind of festival, like we have I think around 5,000 people per day, and we don't want to get any bigger because for us, it's the opportunity to welcome the people to our hometown, home area, so to say, and have a good time with them because it's small enough that you can walk over the festival ground, talk with people that accompany you for a couple of years, like fans that've been there from hour one, and
Right.
have a good time, have a couple of beers, playing great two concerts on Friday and Saturday, and just have a big kind of family-ish party.
Yeah.
And we want to keep that. And that's what you can expect from this year as well. We added another day because we have it's for us lucky that there is a holiday, a German holiday, on the Thursday. So we meet up on Thursday, have a little warm-up party, and Friday, Saturday we start with the concerts.
And this is really good for us because in the past we started. The people came on Thursday, and Friday in the noon the concerts began, and nobody was there because the people just built up their tents and were fucking drunk at the camping site. Yeah, and the first 3 or 4 bands, nobody was there. And last year we had this holiday before, and so we took another day, and the people now come on Wednesday, have one day they can drink and whatever they want to do.
Right.
Yeah, the first band at Friday was like full.
There we go.
So we thought, okay, this is the right idea.
It takes a couple years to figure it out, but you guys got it.
Eventually.
That's very cool. And I hear Henning shows up as a preacher every now and then.
Oh yeah, there was what was it? I think it was 2019. So sometimes we think of little specials to do on that festival because as I said, it's like showing the people our home area and welcome them as friends and family and stuff. And we have a befriended lesbian couple of ours, and so they wanted to get married. They are together for quite a while now, I think 10 something years.
Wow.
And so we came up with a crazy idea. Well, how about we get them married on our festival on stage, And so, yeah, I did the priest.
I love it. It's great. That had to be great for everybody, for sure. So cool. So cool. Now, I noticed you guys, you're inked up. You have tattoos. I always love to ask this because, do you have one that means the most to you? What was your first? You guys are into it, and I love that. What was your first, and what's your most meaningful piece?
So my first one was let me show this one. Oh yes, it's Maria. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Oh god, it's a Celtic knot symbol. I do love like the Celtic culture and Viking culture and stuff. So that was my first one, and well, the most meaningful one. They all do have some kind of story behind it, but I really, well, I have for me they have all kind of the equal meaning because of their stories behind them.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
very nice. Adrian?
For me, I had flames here on my arm, and this was my first when I went 18, and yeah. After that, all the people thought it's drops because it's negative. And it didn't look like flames. It looks like drops, or didn't look like drops. And it's covered up with some black stars and whatever. And I think there's just one option for the most meaningful, this clock on my hand.
Yeah.
My grandfather gave this kind of clock to me a couple of years ago, and he said, okay, my grandfather gave it to my father, and my father gave it to me, and he said, give it to the oldest male descendant. Yeah? So my grandfather had 3 girls. So after that, I was the oldest male descendant, and so I got it, and I just there's not much family history in my family.
Right.
On my father's side, I don't know really much about it. On my mother's side, it was a father of my mother. So it really meant a lot to me to have this kind of family history in my hand. I got this clock here in my room, and so I wanted to keep it safe, but have it always with me. So I got to tell you of it. And now, 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, my grandfather died, and so I'm pretty happy to have him here on my hand.
Yeah. That's special, man. That is way special. Beautiful, beautiful. And when I see I think about that, that's a special thing. Really great. And I want to respect your time. You guys are great. This has been a blast. I think about you guys. I think, great chart success. You're playing Wacken, what else, that's got to be a dream come true, playing with a lot of your heroes and things like that. Is there something else that you guys have on that bucket list, that dream that you want to do in your career?
Well, for sure, a little tour in the US or in America. Yeah, that's definitely on the bucket list.
Yours and mine both.
Good.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we had the opportunity to play lots of things that we wanted to play that were like lifetime dreams of our. Like for me, Wacken is the holy ground. When we first were granted the opportunity to play there, we played there, and I said, now I can die lucky because I achieved everything that I wanted to achieve. So now it's everything that came afterwards. It was just the cream on the cherry on the top of that big bucket of ice cream. It's awesome. It is really awesome. So as I said, I would love to play in the United States and Canada, something like that, and just play there, not to become famous in the States. Maybe eventually that would not suck, to be honest.
Definitely.
Yeah, but just go out, have a great time, and continue playing music for the next, I don't know, maybe if I bite the dust, So that would be my goal in life or for my musical career.
Yeah, awesome. Adrian, same?
Yeah, in fact, I don't ever want at this point where I have to decide to quit playing music. Right. This would be my goal. I just want to, the next 50 years, I want to hang around with my friends and playing music and playing concerts. And I don't want to be on that point in my life.
Yeah. That's great.
Hardest decision ever, and I can't imagine. Because it means so much to me, and it's so big thing in my life to play music, because I had so many opportunities and which came with playing with my friends, and doing music with my friends, and I learned so many people, had so many friends there, and I want to keep that.
Yeah. That's great.
Forever.
Yeah, and we want to hear it forever, man. We want to hear it forever. Guys, this has been just awesome. I can't tell you. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's do it again on the American tour. For sure. I hope you guys get something booked, and I'd love to tell people about it, and I can't wait to see you guys over here for sure.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Guys, Adrian, Henning, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.